You must be sending it at 15.
Call the meeting to order. Welcome to the City of Joliet Pre-Council meeting. Today is Monday, February 6, 2023. Here in the council chambers at 5:30.
We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Odekirk?
Here.
Councilman Clement?
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin? Here. Councilman Guerrero?
Here.
Councilman Hug?
Here.
Councilman Morris?
Here.
Councilman Mudrin?
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman? Here. Councilwoman Reardon? Here. First is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone who would like to speak on an item? Nobody here, so I guess we will move on. So we will turn it over to the city manager to review the remainder of the agenda items.
Thank you, Mayor Clerk. First item, 4823 is position vacancies. These are for community development, planning, facilities, maintenance. These are summer intern jobs that we're adding, and one is a summer intern in the IT department as well. So we're expanding a little bit on some of the opportunities we have for some of the citizens and the folks in Joliet who are going to college to be able to get a little more experience here. And hopefully maybe attract some bright folks that maybe want to come and work here at the city. Next is item 4923.
Yes, Jim, and what are we paying the summer interns?
It's $18?
$18 now? Okay.
18 or I believe it's either 18 or 20.
Okay.
I know it's one of those two. But they're great opportunities.
Yes.
Last year we had trouble attracting folks to come and actually apply for those. So we're hoping to get the word out a little bit earlier this year to some of the different schools here, so we can get some people here and to work here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Next item is 4923, award of contract for the Olympic Boulevard Tree Removal Project to Homer Tree Service in the amount of $49,677. Item 5023, award of contract for NPDES water quality compliance, and this is for the testing service in the amount of $49,104 to Environmental Midwest Labs, in the amount of $13,500, and to Tech Lab in the amount of $13,515. Agenda item 5123, award of contract to Vonage Business Telecommunications Services into the amount of $720,000. However, that is a 5-year contract, so that'll be for 5 years. It's approximately $144,000 a year, just so you're aware. Agenda item 52-23, purchase of battery operated cots for the Joliet Fire Department from Furno in the amount of $176,716.80. These are not firefighter cots, these are cots for patients to be put into the ambulances, so these are not firehouse cots, just so people are clear on that. Next item is 5323, purchase of stair lift chairs to the Joliet Fire Department from Furno in the amount of $38,406.60. Again, this is for the ambulances. Agenda item 5423, purchase chest compression devices for the Joliet Fire Department from Stryker Lucas Devices in the amount of $135,458.86. Agenda item 55-23, purchase of above ground portable lifts to service new style ambulances to Napa Genuine Parts in the amount of $86,941.80. Agenda item 56-23, approve emergency repairs to well 18D to Great Lakes Water Resource Group in the amount of $51,818. Agenda item 57-23, change order number 5A and change number order 6 for the 2021 sanitary sewer rehabilitation program to Performance Pipeline in the amount of $13,000 and negative $17,244.53 respectively. Item number 58-23, change order number 2 for the 2020 sidewalk curb replacement project, East Area to Austin Tyler Construction, in the amount of $42,150.10, and payment estimate number 2 in the amount of $37,983.97.
Mayor? Jim?
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify, we went over that in committee, so I thought that people would be interested to know this, of that 42,000, most of that, the vast majority, are people that want to go in the 50/50 on their own sidewalks. We had a bigger response, and we were able to include them because we increased the budget for streets and sidewalks so much the last 2 years. So that's the main reason we had that change order. We had more people that wanted to get involved, and we had the money to do it.
Yes, it's a great program, so I would encourage people to look at that if that can expedite it.
Yes, Jim.
For them.
Jim, so the 37,983 is for work done last year versus estimated payment number 2?
That's for work that was done. It's going forward, right?
That's for work that was done previously.
Yes.
I didn't hear. Great.
It's work done previously, yes, Council.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Agenda item 59-23, change order number 1 for the 2022 aluminum sulfate solution purchase to Elasco Michigan City Plant LLC in the amount of $83,846.20. Agenda item 60-23, change order number 1 for the 2022 Utilities Restoration Program to Lindbad Construction Company of Joliet in the amount of $41,008.37, and pay request number 6 and final in the amount of $84,110.84. Moving on to agenda item 61-23, which is a public hearing for request approval of ordinance establishing the special service area number 1 in Broadway Street and Marion Street. The following are going to be all the same special service areas. So 62-23, again, a public hearing for request and approval of ordinance establishing a Joliet Special Service Area number 2 for Quarter Street, which is Frank Avenue and Russell Street. And finally, 63-23, public hearing and request for approval of an ordinance establishing a 2023 Joliet Special Service Area number 3, Stone, and that's from North Central Street north to Hickory Street. Agenda item 65-23, which is a ordinance for the building at 150 North Chicago Street. And what that is that's an extension of the TIF for that building, as well as, and I will talk both of these because they're same developer, so if you don't mind, which is agenda item 66-23, an ordinance amending number 1 development agreement for the Monroe Building at 20 East Cass Street. Both of those are owned by Mr. Petrie. We went through his finances. We went to the bank, got his additional information, his tax information. He provided all the information. He is fully eligible for 100% again for the TIF. So that's what this is for. So just.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean we're going to be going through the process of extending the TIF then?
The TIF has been.
Oh, it has been extended. I'm sorry.
Extended. Yes. So the state legislature has done that. So, the folks that are in there, so it's been extended for, is it 13 years? 12 years. Okay, you're right, absolutely. So,
All
perfect.
right, thank you.
Thank you. Next is agenda item 67-23, ordinance associated with the Denlever Subdivision Unit 2. And what these are is extratorial reviews of a preliminary plat of surveys. And the city of Joliet is able to use, I want to explain this a little bit. So any unincorporated part of Will County that is within 1.5 miles of Joliet must use Joliet city codes, so building codes. So we can't stop the whatever the project is if it's zoned for that by the county, but they must use and submit plans to the city of Joliet to make sure that they're up to code. So that's what that's about. So we can't stop that project. We can't do anything with that project. All we can do is make sure that they're adhering to the city of Joliet's building codes.
Hey, Jim, I know at the zoning board meeting, there was some confusion over that. Has this been made clear to the public, do you think?
I don't know. I keep hoping that we can make it clear, but I think there is, again, some confusion. I know the petitioner's attorney's here, and he'll have some folks here tomorrow as well if we need to answer, if it needs clarification on the public, or if you want me again to go into that prior to that, but again, it's not City of Joliet. It's not our property. All we can do is enforce the building codes, which is still a plus for the citizens of Joliet, is that they have to build it to Joliet building codes and not to, state codes. Ours are a little bit more stringent, so.
Yes.
Jim?
Yes, yes, sir.
So does Will County have an ordinance then? So when they're going through the building and all that, it says that you have to submit?
Yes, within a mile and a half. This is a county, a requirement. We can't impose our will on the county. The county is, there's an agreement between the city and the county that will have to comply with our.
So along those same lines, thanks, this is what I'm going to ask you to explain tonight, because it's confusing to some folks, and you probably have to do it again tomorrow. But my question is, the part where the berm is coming in, on that north side, where the subdivision backs up to that part of the plat. So I know we usually put strict guidelines as how high is the berm, are they trees, is it fencing, or is it both? Or, like, so a big mound and then trees and fencing, or we have no say-so over that to protect those residents on the
Well,
north side?
Go ahead. I believe we have some, I think the buildings for sure. I don't know about the landscaping.
It's in the ordinance, berming and,
Yeah.
but I want to know exactly, like, we usually pick that apart.
Councilwoman Quillman, Nate Washburn with KGG LLC. I represent Dave Denler, who is the applicant, Cherry Hill I-80. Our proposal is to, if there are questions or concerns about the height, shape, size of the berm, we're happy to hear them out. And I believe to the extent that it's possible for us to comply, we will comply. We took this through the Joliet Plan Commission with our current proposal, and there were no concerns raised. As far as I am aware, and our engineer will be with me tomorrow night to maybe more directly address this question. But to my knowledge, everything is being done to Joliet's code and standard as far as the subdivision plat is concerned. So what we did last time, this is the second phase, about a year ago, or maybe slightly less than that, the first phase was approved by the same process. That one had some unique design concerns where we actually asked for some variances from Joliet's code. This time we have not asked for any variances, and we are doing everything, to the best of my knowledge, by Joliet's ordinance for subdivision design and review.
And the reason I bring this up is because we usually send out a 600-foot notice to the folks. So the folks on the north side of that property may not know about that, and they may want a certain privacy berm put up. And we can't dictate to the county. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, so that question did come up at Plan Commission, and the Plan Commission notices went out to the 600-foot Joliet normal standard. So there were residents that came out, and Rich Vane and myself spent probably 20 minutes to a half an hour after the Plan Commission meeting with some new residents that we had not previously seen during the county process, explaining our process to them and what we hope to do. I handed out several business cards, as did Rich, to allow these individuals an opportunity to reach out to us with concerns. For instance, the school district who abuts us on the western property line specifically asked for increased berming to accommodate them, which we graciously agreed to do and have incorporated that into our plans. So if there were requests, I have not received any from any residents, and they seemed content after our dialogue with them with the current plan. I do understand there's one individual who still has a concern about the quote-unquote use of the property. However, that's beyond the scope of what is before Joliet.
Thank you. We spoke before, so you know how I operate.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as they're happy, I mean, that's all well and good. But I didn't know, again, how the county operates as opposed to how.
Yeah, and the county does not send out anything that far afield. So some of the people that showed up at Plan Commission were brand new faces who had just gotten notice for the first time. But we did take the time to speak with them and address, or to the extent we could, address their concerns and answer their questions.
Well, we're just being a good neighbor, so thank you.
Yes, we'd like to be a good neighbor as well.
Good.
Thank you.
Last item on the agenda, 69-23, a resolution authorizing use of construction manager at risk contract delivery method for design and construction of the Chicago water connection facilities for the alternative water source program and waiving the bidding and contracting requirements for the Joliet Code of Ordinances. It's not as though that they're not being overseen by the city of Joliet. This is for the commission that we are part of. Additionally, our third-party independent review firm, Burns & McDonnell, has been involved in the evaluation of this delivery method and supports this recommendation to proceed on here, saying that this is, completely above board and this is the best, most cost-effective way forward. With that, that concludes my,
Yes.
And to add on to what you're saying, we went through this with a fine-tooth comb in the committee level. Long story short, if we do it the traditional way where we manage it, then you have three different kind of segments that need to work together. And if we can't referee them, we could lose 3 months a year. We can't. This one eliminates that kind of delay.
right, and it winds up saving money that way.
On top of it, yes.
You're
Thank you, Jim.
absolutely correct, Councilman. So, thank you. That concludes my remarks. I know there's a request for closed session. That's all I have.
So next is public comments. Is there anyone who would like to address the council with public comments? Seeing none, there is a request for closed session. Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition, or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which the meeting will adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and second to adjourn or to go into closed session. Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Motion carried.